Charlie Ranger. We are, of course, coming out to you live tonight. Now, don't forget, you can stream us online at Channel 31 or on our YouTube channel. You can also like us on Facebook. Jump on, give us a look at that. It's right here. Delicious. Jump on. Love it. Now, on the show, we like to keep things fresh and change it up a bit. So we don't like to rest on our laurels. And, you know, when better to shake things up than this? Episode 6 of 10. We're only 60% of the way through the season. It's practically week 1 still. And we have shaken things up. Tonight, it's Guest City Population Us. We don't have one interview lined up tonight like normal. No. We have dos interviews, por favor. That's French for Spanish. And yet another amazing local band is going to be playing live on the show. We're practically the Airbnb of live television right here. We've opened our doors and we're letting everyone in, and we are just praying they don't open that drawer we asked them not to open and not find those Polaroids from a time long ago when we felt adventurous and looked hotter. And we just haven't thrown them out yet because, well, you know, I don't know. We will, just not right now. I feel like every Airbnb must have some massive damaging secret just waiting to be uncovered, like a gremlin hidden in a cupboard or something like that. I mean, imagine if that bloke from the Gremlins movie, right, renting out his place as an Airbnb. Yep. The last thing, that little furry monster, just don't show him light, get him wet, or feed him after midnight. How come? He's great. But he spawns these demon ones out of his back, and they like kill people and blow shit up. And yeah, got us in a real spot of bother with the council last time. So, and if you can water the coriander, have a nice weekend. Guys, my first guests tonight promise to be far less damaging than a wet gremlin. Charlie and Mike of Matchstick Theatre are bringing life to the stage with their production of True West opening this Wednesday night. Also joining us live on the couch later on and recently returned from the Rio Olympics, Rowie Webster, one of the Aussie women's water polo team. And the band tonight, as I mentioned before, is Barefoot Spaceman. On their Facebook page under interests, they've written rocking out and beer. Put the two together and you've got the perfect ingredients for some sweet, sweet live music. So sit up, stress out and enjoy Uplate with Charlie Ranger. Guys, welcome to Uplate with Charlie Ranger. We are, of course, joined by DOS guests tonight. In fact, it's 3 in total, just 2 separate interviews. Amazing stuff. But first up, we've got the 2 guys from Matchstick Theatre, Mike and Charlie. They're putting on a show, True West. It starts this Wednesday night. Gents, thanks for coming on.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
No worries. It's an absolute pleasure, you know, to get some local theatre makers in.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Good.
100%. There's 2 of you.
Yeah.
You know, there's room for...
DOS, as you've been saying.
Yeah, DOS, very Spanish.
Bilingual, in fact. Some French was there in the opening monologue as well.
I'd just chuck anything in.
Yeah,
you know? It's
great.
like a big pot.
I did sense that. There was a lot going in the mix. Yeah.
But guys, because there's 2 of you, could get messy with this interview. So what I've done is I've decided to throw the first question to you, Charlie.
Yeah, great.
Mike, you're okay for now.
Yeah.
Charlie, tell us a bit about the show True West that you guys are chucking on with Matchstick Theatre, and I guess how you hope the audience is going to receive it.
Yeah, sure. So True West is an American play written by playwright Sam Shepard. Also an actor as well, for those Netflix fans out there. Bloodline, you can see Sam Shepard playing the father of the family in Bloodline, but also very, very well-known and successful playwright. So he wrote True West in 1980, was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. A running theme with a lot of his shows is family, conflict and dramas and relationships, and True West is no different. It's a bit of a force. It's got a little bit of everything. Very dark, comedic at times, dramatic, and sometimes very funny as well. So it's got a little bit of everything. I think audiences are going to enjoy that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mike, let me ask you, being independent theatre makers, you guys, you're doing it for the money,
Yeah.
the fame,
Definitely.
or a combination of the two?
Yeah.
You know, local independent theatre makers in Melbourne?
Definitely the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cash involved.
Yeah.
No, look, we just love putting on art and that community, and independent theatre is, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
It is definitely that.
But it's good to have, like, we've got a great team together, and that's kind of one of the rewarding things, is getting a really good bunch of people. We've got really talented lighting designer, set designer. The whole crew really have just been fantastic and very experienced.
And do you find, just on that, because obviously it is independent, you know, it's hard to pay people for their money and their time. How much stress does that put on a production, but also how much does that bring it together in a sense?
Yeah, I think a team mentality is very important. You need a group of people who are willing to work for each other, because ultimately everyone who's involved is doing it because of the passion they have for the project, because they want to be artistic and creative, and this is an avenue for them to do that. And there either is very little or no financial gain for that. They're doing it because they genuinely love what they do. So that usually means you're working in pretty tight constraints. So it's very important to have a group of people who are willing to sacrifice and support each other when they need to, and all those sorts of things. And we are very, very fortunate to have a fantastic team together who do that.
And Mike, I mean, obviously you two are the, you guys created Matchstick Theatre together. Why'd you do that? What was Matchstick born out of?
Well, Charlie and I have always had similar tastes in theatre, and we've had a lot of discussions about theatre and plays that we like and actors that we like and that kind of thing. So it just kind of grew out of that naturally over time, that we wanted to work together. And I've got a little bit of experience with producing some other stuff as well, and Charlie's got a huge amount of experience and insight as well. So it just made a lot of sense to work together and start the company up. Also, we wanted to put on like a kind of work that we were wanting to see, that we thought we weren't seeing a lot of, which is a lot of these family relationship dramas, that kind of thing. We haven't seen a lot of that done in like independent theatre, really. Yeah.
Guys, as theatre makers, I'm going to go off the show, if I may, just briefly.
Yeah.
I want to know, as local actors, what's that question that you always get asked by people who aren't in the arts? Just something that everyone really wants to know.
Definitely the most common one is, how did you learn all those lines?
Yeah, how did you? You know, have you learnt your lines for this one, Mike?
No, not yet, but they're coming. Just improvise it.
When's
know
it
the
opening?
character.
2 days' time?
Yeah. No, we were just talking earlier actually how we were pretty word perfect, which is good. I mean, it's a big call. We invite the audience to come along and just bring out a script with it and just kind of call out wrong.
Or if anyone's there going,
Yep.
It's just, that's it. No, he said word perfect.
He did.
Money back.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's talk about the show when it's on. It starts on Wednesday night.
Does, yep.
At the Mechanics Institute.
It is. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, you won't be able to get tickets to Wednesday night because opening night is sold out, which is fantastic. Yes, it is. Tickets still available for the following shows afterwards, so it runs Wednesday to Saturday and then Tuesday to Saturday the following week.
Awesome. And I've written here that people know how to use the internet. If they use their Google machines to search Matchstick Theatre on Facebook or your website, they can get tickets.
Absolutely. If they head to matchsticktheatre.com.au and head to the True West on the website.
There is another Matchstick Theatre in the world.
but we want this one.
AU, matchsticktheatre.com.au. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Gents, thank you so much for coming on.
Our pleasure.
Guys, the show starts on Wednesday night at the Mechanics Institute in Brunswick. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we got Rowie Webster.
Just out band. Yeah, so,
Yeah, we're all moving on the screen. It's fine, it happens every week.
All right.
I'm glad I didn't say anything. Right? Here we go.
You taking this one?
Yeah, probably.
On the couch?
On the couch.
Great. Hey everyone. Good.
Hey, Rowie.
Thank you.
Come on
Just
in,
talking to
have
your
a
band.
seat.
They wanted me to remind you that it's
Barefoot Space
men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've been told.
I have been told, and rightly so.
You know what? When you introduce them, just say man.
Yeah. It's like man, whatever.
Whatever the fuck I want. I just like the band.
Sorry, Ro, do you mind just talk a bit so we can get your level?
Yeah, sure.
Just watch your hair with that mic.
Oh, is it?
Your hair might catch it, and it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hair for days.
Yeah, I hear you.
With your long
I know it
locks.
all too well. We had we did an interview on like week 2 or 3, and with this lovely author Jennifer, and her hair was just
Oh shit.
the whole time. So
All right, tell me if I need to move it.
okay, I won't when we go live.
Okay.
15 seconds.
We'll just cruise. Yeah, sure.
I'll just be here going.
Sorry.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Guys, welcome back to Uplate with Charlie Ranger. Now, my next guest is a 2-time Olympian, bronze medalist, and one of the world's best water polo players. She recently returned from the Rio Olympics and has been good enough to join us in the studio tonight. Rowie Webster, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Now, you've just recently come back from Rio,
I have.
the Olympics, your second Olympics.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're a double Olympian. That's amazing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it feels pretty good, I guess. It's been a childhood dream and something that I've been lucky enough to work hard and achieve. So it's pretty cool when you put it like that.
With because for us back in Australia, like before the Olympics, there was all this stuff about will the Rio Olympics be safe? Will the water quality? Blah 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 blah. What was it like for you actually there? Were there any of those issues, or did it sort of just go off without a hitch?
Yeah, well, I think you all saw that our pool went green. So water quality not so good.
Did you have to play in the green pool?
We did. We had to play, yeah. So yeah, it was pretty ugly, wasn't it?
But was it like, what was that in the end? Was that anything that you should be worried about, or was it just?
Supposedly no worries. Safety checked out, but our eyes went very red and our hair discoloured a little bit. So, and then we didn't have warm showers for 3 weeks, so we had to be pretty resilient in terms for that.
Yeah.
And, but other than that, like, went all good. Olympics was awesome.
That's amazing. Now, I also want to ask you about something I don't understand is professional athletes. I don't understand how you guys have the the will to keep doing what you do. How, like for you, what is it that keeps driving you forward to be the best you can be?
Yeah, I guess firstly we are a different species. So I think we're not normal people, and every athlete has to be a little bit on the spectrum somewhere, because there's just a screw missing. Who wants to wake up at 4:30 every morning in the Melbourne weather and jump in a pool for 2 hours and basically kill themselves at training? So I think it's something that you aspire to because it's a child. For me, it was a childhood dream. So I wanted to go to the Olympics since I was 5. I found the sport that I absolutely loved, and that passion hasn't really gone away. So for me, that's what drives me every day, is to be a better athlete, a better person, and a better leader for the future of women's water polo.
And you, you've got a family history of not only sport but water polo in particular. Did you ever feel any pressure that you had to go into water polo or had to become a pro athlete because you were part of this family of like elite sports people?
Not really. I guess the driving factor for me was that I wanted to be better than my 3 older siblings. So I wanted to have bragging rights over Sunday night dinner, to be honest. No, definitely not. My parents were always encouraging, just said, do what you love, play the sport you love. It doesn't matter what it is, and try and be fit and healthy. And it just happened that, I got on a national team reasonably early, and I thought this was cool. And one of the coolest things is you get to travel all around the world. So I've been to places that I would never have got to if I wasn't being an athlete. Basically Siberia. I've travelled around South America. I've done most of Europe, South Africa, and places that you dream of and you look on a map and go, yep, I've been there, and there. So, and my family supported me the whole way. And
how different is it for you? Because obviously water polo is not like a mainstream sport in Australia. So
correct.
When you travel to Europe where water polo is more popular, is it just a totally different experience, or is it the same but, just in
I think
a
it's more
pool?
exciting. Yeah, I think like we were just pre-Rio, we were in Hungary for a mini tournament, like what you would think was a weekend game here at the local pool. The crowd were letting off flares.
Oh, really?
It was pouring rain. Every Aussie person would have packed up and gone home.
Yeah.
And the Hungarians were chanting. They had drums, they had flares. It was just incredible. And I kind of thought, this is unbelievable. So any opportunity we get to play in front of a European crowd is so fun.
Yeah.
It's like a performance, to be honest. They have halftime shows and it's great.
Now, I want to ask you about your sport in particular, because when I watch water polo, I love watching water polo, but I obviously don't very often because it's obviously not on free-to-air TV or anything like that. But you guys, like, that sport is insane to me. It looks just like constant pain. Is that all it is? Like, what's going on with water polo?
When I work that out, I'll let you know. So it's pretty hard. The rules are pretty unclear, and that's why it's a tough sport to follow, because one game or 1 minute of the game you'll see a referee calling a turnover for one thing, and then the next minute we're getting away with an elbow or a sneaky kick or something like that. So look, you're not the only one that said I don't understand the sport. It basically is like most ball sports. It's whoever ends up with the most goals at the end of the game wins. So that's the logic behind it. Get that round thing past the person jumping in the cage, and you win.
How much of water polo is a game under the surface as it is above?
Probably about 80%. So what you guys see and what we actually do are two very different things.
Because I was speaking to someone recently who had by no means played a high level of water polo, but said, when I used to play, it was 3 swimsuits, and the most outer one I would stretch, it would be too big so that when they grab me or grab me under the water, it wouldn't hold me back. Does all that stuff happen?
It does happen. We tried to produce the unrippable suit for the Olympics. Didn't quite go to plan.
So you're getting suits ripped underwater and everything?
Yeah, we probably went through maybe 6 to 8 suits between the team over the 6 games at the Olympics. So, and we don't wear another suit underneath. So if our suit goes, we're swimming around.
Hey, Rowie,
on
get out of the
national
pool. The
TV,
game's
yeah.
over. No, I'm good, you guys.
Good. I'll just keep
okay.
swimming.
Yeah.
I'll keep swimming. So, it's kind of embarrassing when your suit rips, especially in the middle of the play, and then the goalkeepers always want to pass you the ball.
Yeah.
The minute your suit rips, they have a great time making sure you're showing off everything to the public.
I also wanted to ask, because I read that you played AFL when you were younger.
Correct.
And I'm wondering, for someone like you, a professional athlete, like we're hearing more and more of pro athletes, you know, jumping codes and playing AFL now that there's the women's competition. Is there any temptation for someone like you to cross code and get involved in the AFL?
Yeah, totally. So I've always loved sport on the whole. And to be honest, I actually think I'm better on land than I am in the water, funny enough. So it's definitely something that I've been interested in, and the more athletes I see jumping ship, like I know a few of the Rio basketballers have come across to footy, and obviously they're land to land, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome, the fact that it was meant to be a 2020 pursuit for the AFL, and now they've pushed it forward to 2017. I think now's the time. So ask me again in 3 months' time, and we'll see.
And because, do you know what else I actually read? You're a Melbourne Demons fan.
I am huge. You're up.
Yeah, it's hard to hype it. We'll get there.
It is a tough life being a Demon supporter.
I know.
But if the doggies can do it, we can do it.
Do you know what? We should just talk about the D's for the rest of this
Let's do
interview.
it.
I don't care what they're watching. It's just D's for me.
Yeah.
But it is also that thing, isn't it, for, you know, for women's sport especially, like the pay differential, and there's the prospect of possibly being a part of what is one of Australia's biggest sports.
Yeah, it's huge. And I think what we see now and what we see in 3 seasons' time is going to be completely different. I think it's great that we've got the sport out there, so the equality across the sport is finally there. And I think the money will come eventually. And I think people just need to realise that these women are going to go super hard.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be exciting. I think people are going to go, absolutely, I want to go to the women's game and the men's game. So I think slowly the public's perception of women's sport is changing. So
Awesome. Rowie, hopefully we get more chances to see you in the pool in the future. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thanks,
guys.
Charlie.
We'll go to a break, and then when we come back, we've got Barefoot Spacemen. Onto it in here and. Guys, have we Barefoot Space Men? And have we got a gig coming up? Or
October 28th.
October 28th? Cherry Bar. And how can they book? On your Facebook?
And tell them this song is on our upcoming EP.
What's this song called?
Seasonal Blues.
Oh God, I'm gonna fuck that up too.
Charlie,
Yeah.
could we have you standing here next to the lead singer and you're talking down the front?
Yes.
And then when you go, jump to the right. Shit, sorry.
Where am I?
Yep, just stand there. I'll get out. Down the 3, and then yeah, you can just jump out.
Great.
Everyone in position.
Just play it the same way you played it, Jono. It's cool.
30 seconds.
Hey, you all look stunning. Nah, gonna say nah. Don't play while you're 5 years old. Sorry, Dad. Let's fight on TV.
Start smashing instruments.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Guys, welcome back to Uplate with Charlie Ranger. To take us out tonight, we've got the amazing band Barefoot Spacemen. October 28, you can catch them at Cherry Bar. Right now, they're going to take us out with their track, Seasonal Blues.
Well, it's been raining and it's cold outside, but there's no need to frown. Everything is fine, well, so fine. No, I don't know why this can cause you so much pain. There's worse things in life than a little rain. It's just a little rain. It's just a little rain. It's just a little rain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now the wind is blowing all through the night, but that don't mean a thing. Shouldn't feel right, well, so right. No, I don't know why this can cause us so much pain. There's worse things in life than a little rain. Yeah, I wish that I could tell you what to do, but you better watch out. All the seasonal blues to get you too.